In today's video, we'll be discussing about the production line finalization at Fremont factory, the Cybertruck event and what's happening afterwards, and a very major flaw that's affecting all current Model 3 owners. First up, the finalization for the production line of the Model 3 Highland is just about to be completed at Fremont factory. Fremont has been balancing between the transition of the old and the new design. Being the oldest gigafactory there is, with limited resources and space, it took them nearly 2 years since the refresh was first rumored to where it is today. The production line of the Model 3 long range was shut down for nearly the same amount of time, allowing them to continue shipping vehicles without affecting the bottom line. Now, we've recently gotten confirmation from Tesla's scope that the North American launch will be early next year. In addition to this, Tesla chief designer Daniel Ho has officially confirmed that the Model 3 performance refresh version is going to come at about the exact same time. So although this might sound like forever and the North American market has been completely quiet all this time, there might be a good reason why we shouldn't rush to the finish line. This next topic here might just change your mind. Since the launch of the Model 3 Highland, reviews have been great so far. In Europe and in Asia, everybody has been enjoying the vehicle up to this very point. Some might say that this is just a midlife cycle refresh, and others may consider this an entirely new vehicle. Thanks to all the premium and luxurious features added, the exterior and interior got a really major upgrade and making this car feel as if it was brand new. But surprisingly, with hundreds and thousands of people driving this car so far, nothing has been brought up about any defect regarding the vehicle. However, nothing can be perfect, especially a vehicle that has just recently seen a refresh. Just recently, a company known for producing their sexy buttons, the buttons are able to control all aspects of your Tesla, has really discovered something that we might not even notice ourselves. Enhanced Auto has released a video on X showing us a defect of the vehicle overall, and this might change your mind, and this might be something that would sway you away from buying the Highland until it gets resolved. Now, all this has to do with the PWS system. If you guys aren't aware what that is, this is the pedestrian warning system in charge of the horn now and in charge of all the nice features that you might get using the Tesla UI. Very importantly, it also handles the whirring noise that you see when you put your car into reverse. This is to warn people on the road that there is an electric car moving. This originally wasn't available to older models. It just recently made its way a couple years back, and it really made a big effort in terms of safety. Now, speaking of safety, Tesla has really taken a step back now in this one little area, and that has to do with the horn system. With the introduction of the Model 3 Highland, Tesla's ultimate objective was to simplify the overall design and remove as much parts as possible. This would in turn allow them to prioritize features and hardware that is important to the passengers and remove parts that is just simply too much effort. This in turn would allow Tesla to reduce the price of the vehicle and remove features that really never made a difference to the passengers. Now, one thing that they did decide to remove that now has been found to be very critical to the overall system is the physical horn. The entire horn system, from what you are pressing on the steering wheel to what is being outputted, has been moved over to the PWS system. That means that it's now taking care of all the outputs of the sound that you hear from the exterior of the car. The sound that it was producing was realized by owners and reviewers right away because it was a lot more mute, it was a lot more quiet, and it had nothing in terms of the output of what the original horn was able to do. But honestly, none of this mattered. As long as the horn was working, there was no issue, everything was good to go. During the launch and deliveries of the Model 3 Highland, we were still in the period of fall and temperatures were hovering in the teens, so the car never really had to deal with any of the cold weather and temperature. However, during this past week, Enhanced Auto has noticed that their horn was very weak or not working at all. This was during temperatures of just -6 degrees Celsius or -21 degrees Fahrenheit, so not very cold at all, to be honest. But what had happened is the PWS had completely frozen up and it wasn't able to produce the same output as it usually does in warmer temperatures, meaning that the horn is substantially weaker and a lot of other features have been crippled because of the cold. Of course, this also affects older vehicles with the same PWS system. However, it wasn't as noticeable because it wasn't in charge of the horn system. It was only in charge of the whirring reverse noise and some of the fun stuff that has to do with the Tesla UI. However, under extreme conditions, we now find out that it's unable to produce the amount of sound to warn pedestrians around it, and it's even gotten to the point where locking and unlocking your vehicle, you never hear that chime any longer. All of this was documented by enhanced audio. If you guys want to check that out, I'll drop a link to their Twitter page at the bottom there, and you guys can check out the entire video. Now, this might eventually be blown out of proportion if enough people experience and report the same issue, and Tesla would be required to do a physical recall. Being that the horn is placed in an area that does not receive any excess heat from the vehicle, I wouldn't expect this to be an over-the-air recall fix, and most likely would be requiring to bring into the service center. And this is why I've always recommended to hold back a few weeks or months when a new generation vehicle gets released for them to sort out all the bugs and kinks, and then this is when you start to take delivery. Matter of fact, this isn't just specific to vehicles. I would say this is for every single electronic company there is. They've always considered these first batch of vehicles coming off the line to be more of a testing vehicle, even though officially a production vehicle in customers' hands. This is where they can learn from all their mistakes and apply it to the next generation or the next iteration of the ones going off the line, and that's the one that you want to start ordering. Alright, now on to the Cybertruck event, which is taking place this Thursday, November 30th. We're all extremely excited for that. The first few reservation holders are going to be taking home a brand new Cybertruck this very day. Now, we're all still quite confused as to how Tesla is going to do this draw or who is going to take home their first Cybertruck. If all of this has been already predetermined, Tesla would have already contacted those very lucky people and to let them sort out their financials and contracts before the Cybertruck event takes place. Of course, it has always crossed our mind that the very first batches might only be for employees only, so if anything does happen, there won't be a mass blown thing going on in the news. Who really knows at this point? But what we're excited for really is just attending this event, although a majority of us is only going to be live streaming it online. However, if you guys weren't invited to join this live event, there are other ways to join this fun. There are a few external events happening all over North America, but there is one very big one here directly at Austin, and they are hosting a live after party Cybertruck event that is taking place at 12 o'clock. So if you guys want to check them out, I will drop a link in the description below. What's even better is this is completely free to attend. All you need to do is just sign up on the website, and all that is still available up to this point, so go check that out. I hope you guys have a lot of fun if you do end up going. On a side note here, we've just gotten confirmation roughly about 1 hour ago from MKBHD of the new Cybertruck. He's somehow gotten his hands on one already, sitting inside, taking a picture, and what has been revealed is that the vehicle can actually top up at 300 miles on a full charge. I'll drop an image here for you guys to check out. You guys can decipher whatever you get from this and the bars, but it looks to be very enticing at this point. Hopefully the price point is really good as well. So yeah, this week is packed full of exciting stuff, and I'll definitely stay tuned with everything going on, and I'll report it back to you guys. Hit me up on Twitter or X at HeyJohnE, and also subscribe and hit that notification bell if you guys haven't already done so here. This should wrap it up for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.